what you can use at home in order to get this project done. I have some stuff you can purchase or you can check out from Jane if you want to, but if you're stuck home and you're not able to get to Powell to do that, I've also made some things. One great thing is a 5-in-1 reflector. My 5-in-1 reflector actually has 2 discs, but this is the diffusion one where it's just white through. That's really good for, as you guys will see, bouncing light or to use as a background. The other part of the 5-in-1 is you have reflectors. So we have a gold side and a silver side. That's super helpful for reflecting in some light. The key to closing them is you go across arms and you just you do this action and that closes them. White foam core, you can use this as a background, you can use this as a fill. And if you are gonna buy foam core, get white and black. As you'll see, sometimes you want a black background. One thing I've done with this black foam core that's different is I took 2 of them together and I just taped them. And that creates what's called a V-flat. And the nice thing about the V-flat is it stands up by itself. A smaller version, I basically took 1 sheet, cut it in half, and made it into a little V-flat. This is super helpful when I'm doing my tabletop stuff. Sometimes you just need a little bit of light. Another reflector you can use is tinfoil. So what I did was basically I took a piece of cardboard, I cut it out, and then I wrapped it in tinfoil. And it's not gonna be as bright as these reflectors, this reflector is, but it's pretty good if you don't have anything else. Another thing you can also use is a mirror, which I forgot to grab one when I was in the house. But a mirror also works really well. I use a mirror more often than sometimes using a reflector. My own little kind of handmade softbox. So I took a piece of cardboard and I cut it, wrapped it in parchment paper. So there are lines in my parchment paper, so I'm not quite sure how that's gonna work out. You can also use wax paper. The one difference I noticed about the wax paper, it's thinner. So if you go with the wax or even the parchment paper, you might end up covering it twice, just to make it a little bit thicker. Sheer curtain or a shower curtain or sheet. If you're in a real big pinch, you can also use a t-shirt, because remember, what we're gonna be working with is really small. These, in fact, my tabletop that I'm using is a TV stand, and I have another one just as a backup. For artificial light, so I am in my garage, obviously, and I'm gonna be using the garage door open as a big light source today when I'm demoing. But if you wanna use artificial light, you can also use a desk lamp, or if you have a chance to get to a department, like a hardware store, like Home Depot or whatnot, or Lowe's, you can buy these clamp lights. Especially if you don't have a light stand, they can go anywhere. You can clip them onto a table pretty easily. The fun part about working in a studio, no matter what studio you have, sometimes you just have to make it work. Light is light, and there's a lot of things we can do with it as long as we know how to control it.